Welcome to this Yin practice to release any stress, tension, and tightness physically, mentally, and emotionally. We're going to begin in an upright seated position. You may use props in this practice, but you do not need any props. And your upright seated position can be in a chair. You may be up on a block like I am, a cushion, a pillow, or just straight on the ground, the earth beneath you. Close down your eyes. Rest your hands wherever they will naturally fall. And just notice your breath. Notice your body. Are you slouching? Is your neck maybe tucked in? Straighten out the spine. Anchor the sit bones. Lift the ribs. Now take a deep inhale. Exhale out of the mouth. Deep inhale again. Exhale out of the mouth. One more time, deep inhale. Exhale out of the mouth. Bring one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Taking this moment, what is it you desire to embody from the practice today? Maybe it's something physical, it might be something emotional, it might be something mental. Whatever it is, put it into words or a word in a positive, affirmative way. So, example is, I have some tests coming up soon. So for me, it's happy, healthy, and holy. And that's what I want to embody today. I want to feel happy, I want to feel healthy, and I want to be full of light and love. So what is it you desire to embody today? Create it and just relax into this space with a gentle breath so that you can see it in your mind's eye, embody it into the heart center, and breathe it in and out. Now with a smile on your face, release the hands and bring the fingertips to the earth. Inhale the arms high up to the sky. You can take the gaze up. Exhale, sweep the arms down. Close your eyes and go deep within, moving at your own pace. The next time the arms come up to center, exhale one arm down to the side and the opposite arm up and over, coming into this side stretch. You don't need to worry about timing. You don't need to worry about anything. I will guide you into the pose and out of the pose. Use your breath to open up the side body, to release any tension and tightness in the neck. The eyes can remain open. Or maybe you wish to close the eyes. And notice your neck and your head. Do you wish for the gaze to be up towards the arm, neutral, or the gaze down at the earth? Just notice what feels right. We'll be here just for a little bit longer. Long, deep breathing. Always honor your body. In Yin, we want to come to the point of resistance, not the point of pain. And we use the breath to go deeper into the pose. On the next inhale, come back to center. And when you're ready on the exhale, take the opposite arm up and over and to the opposite side. And being loving and kind to your body. Each side may be a little different. Just notice that. No judgment. And throughout the practice, if the mind tries to take over and redirect you into the bad neighborhood, that negative talk, or distraction, rather than just being right here, right now, use your word or words that you set the intention for to embody for the practice and the rest of today. Use that as your focus. You're going to hear my stomach because I do practice on an empty stomach, and there's just no avoiding that. My mic is too good and it picks up every little sound. So I apologize if that's distracting. But it's better for my body, and it's just better for my lifestyle that I choose to eat later in the morning. Okay, inhale back to center. And now we're just going to bow forward, just to stretch out the back, the neck, the shoulders. And as you're doing this, allow the head, if it touches the ground, to come to the earth, the ground. And allow the breath to go deep into the neck and the shoulders, creating this openness. On the next inhale, release the pose, walking the hands up, coming to a straight spine. From here, we're going to move into tabletop. And in your tabletop, take any movements that feel appropriate for you. Maybe it's a cat-cow, or maybe it's wagging the tail. It might even be a downward dog. This is a transitional pose. It might be child's pose. Whatever serves you. Excuse me. Whatever works. And then join me in tabletop. So we want a straight spine to begin. And we're going to step the right foot in between both hands. And then bring the right foot out towards the side. We're coming straight into dragon. We're going to open deep into the hips. And in your dragon pose, you can use a block. You can rest your hands up on a block. You can also come up and rest your hands on top of your knee. You can also come down on the elbows onto the earth or a block. You can also, if it suits you, anchor your left hand into the earth and press your right knee away from you. Whatever serves you to help you open. Because I already taught this morning, I'm going to anchor both hands into the earth. So find the posture that will support you, because we will be here for a moment. And in the posture, we want softness. And what that looks like is the breath will help us to release into the pose. And there's no pain. We don't want pain. There's a point of resistance. And with Yin Yoga and all yoga, we're all created differently, so no judgment. I'm just here to guide you, and your body may move into the posture differently than mine. We're all created differently. Doesn't that make it fun? If we're all the same, imagine? Wouldn't that be boring? So no judgment on yourself. The point of resistance, when we feel that, the breath will help us go deeper into the pose. On a mental level, we're releasing anything of energy, of thoughts, words, emotions that have stored into the tissues of the body. On a physical level, we're tapping into the meridians. So we're creating this energetic flow. We're opening up the chi of the energy through the meridians. And we're also physically releasing the tissues that connect the tendons and the ligaments physically, so that the tension, the tightness can be released. And in the mind, connected to the emotions, we can redirect our thoughts, creating new energy, and feeling sometimes quickly, sometimes over a little bit of time of practice, more flexible physically, mentally, and emotionally. So just have the experience. We're almost there. And always, because this is your practice, if you need to come out of a pose, I trust you to honor your body. There's no award. Things are timed for a reason. And that I'll share with you in a moment, because we're going to transition out of the pose. So begin to release. And as you release, what feels right for you? Is it a wag the tail, cat-cow? It might be child's pose. It might even be downward dog. Whatever feels right for you. So the purpose of timing in Yin Yoga, and you may have experienced this already, and I will continue in a moment because we're going to go to the left side. Come to a neutral spine and bring the left foot in between both hands. And then bring the left foot out. Notice on the left side what might feel best on this side. It might be the same as what you did on the other side. It might be different. So honor that feeling. So the purpose of timing is and hopefully you've had this experience. When you first move into the pose, sometimes it takes a moment to find that spot where you know you can breathe deeply and you can be still. And over moments, and every pose has its own time length, and there's really no restriction. It's just a matter of some yin practices you could do 30 seconds each pose, some a minute, some 2. Some practices you can even go up to 7 minutes per pose. So it depends on the length of the class, it depends on what's being targeted, but the purpose of the time to be held about the same when you're mirroring two sides is to have the experience. There's a first getting into the pose, then there's a, oh, either this feels, oh, I can do this, or it feels like, oh my goodness, when is this going to be over? And then hopefully the transition comes during that middle to end where like, oh, I just released something. So just have the experience, and you can leave me comments after to share with me what it's been like for you. Relax into the breath. Just a little bit more. But always honor yourself. If you really come to that point that you're like, I cannot go further, let it go. Yoga is an opportunity to honor yourself and to lovingly support yourself. On the next inhale, we're going to release the pose. Together, I suggest child's pose, just so we can surrender down. You can make it a wide-legged child's pose, or the knees together. Just give it a little sample go of what feels right. Most likely it's knees far apart, since we're stretching the hips. But honor your body. And just relax into this pose. I'm going to leave you in stillness for a moment just to have that release of letting go. I am so sorry about my stomach. And I feel like as I'm getting older, it's getting louder. I hope you're laughing with me. On the next inhale, release the pose. And very mindfully and lovingly come to an upright seated position. Come onto your sit bones, so bring your legs out in front of you. And just shake them out, tap them out, maybe a little tap tap up the legs. And when you're ready, bring the soles of the feet together. We're coming into butterfly. And in your butterfly, begin with a straight back. And just notice before you bend forward, do you want your heels closer or further away? And then when you're ready, take a deep inhale. And exhale, tuck the chin into the chest. Fold forward. If you wish to use a prop, this is where it can be comfortable to use a pillow in front of you, under your chest, whatever you feel will give you support and comfort. The other thing I love about Yin is through the gentle stretching and the stillness in the postures, it gives us an opportunity to surrender. And have you ever had the experience, you can comment afterwards to let me know, have you ever had the experience where you're trying so hard to make something happen? And everything you're trying to do, and you're coming from a place of love, and nothing's working. And then you surrender and you say, okay, I give up. And that peaceful feeling of, I let go, that's it. And then what it is you were working on, wishing, wanting, or desiring, whatever it was, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly, then it happens. So surrender into your poses so you can receive the gifts of your intention you set, the gifts of physically, mentally, and emotionally being flexible. We were not guaranteed or promised an easy life, but through some practices, we have been told we can find peace in all situations. On the next inhale, tuck the chin into the chest and roll up to a straight spine. Gently bring the knees together. And we're going to extend the right leg out straight and open the left leg, coming into half butterfly. If you desire any props underneath the left knee or in front of you, we'll begin with a straight back, anchoring the sit bones. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, tuck the chin into the chest, coming forward. Also in Yin, if Yin happens to be new to you, it's different than stretching, where maybe in this pose, one might be inclined to take the foot or the ankle or the shin and pull. Instead, we're allowing gravity, because we're tucking the chin into the chest, we're folding from the waist and the hips, and we're allowing gravity to support us, but at the same time pull us down. And this softness, but yet this deep stretch, is what creates the openness and the release of letting go. I'm going to leave you in your stillness for the rest of this side
Remember, if the mind distracts you, go back to that intention. Use a breath to go deeper and just relax into the pose. On the next inhale, tuck the chin into the chest, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, coming to a straight spine.
Extend the left leg long. Maybe bounce it out, tap it out, massage it, whatever feels good. Preparing to transition to the opposite side. And when you're ready, bending the right knee, opening the right knee to the earth. Left leg is extended out in front of you. Beginning with a straight spine. The left foot is relaxed. Deep inhale. Exhale, tuck the chin into the chest, rolling forward, one vertebrae at a time, coming down towards the earth. Relaxing, deep down, letting go. Where does your mind go when I leave you in quiet, in this stillness? Just be aware of that.
On the next inhale, tuck the chin into the chest. Roll up one vertebrae at a time, coming to a straight spine.
From here, we're going to move into another hip opener, and I'm inviting you to choose which one will serve you best. Maybe it's swan, and if it's swan, I'm starting on the right side, you can join me. Or it might be pigeon. They call it sleeping swan. You might know it as pigeon pose. So which one serves you today? I'm going to release down into swan. And if swan is new to you, we have this angle. The right leg is at it's at the top of the mat. It's like in a figure 4 almost. And the left leg behind you, ideally, if you're able to make it straight along the side of the mat, that's great. But we're all different. So what serves me best is the foot comes in a little bit. So play with it. Maybe you're going into pigeon pose. Honor your body for what it needs. And wherever the pose is going to be, begin with a straight back. And as you come forward, tuck the chin into the chest, folding. You can fold over a pillow, a blanket, or straight down onto the ground, whatever works best for you.
And I share often in the deep hip opening postures when I first started practicing yin. Oh, I hated, but I loved the hip openers. I had so much tension and tightness physically, mentally, and emotionally in my hips. And some practices I felt anger, frustration sometimes, like irritation, like, come on, let's get this pose over with. And sometimes tears. So lucky for you, hopefully you're in your own private space. So whatever comes up, just honor it. And another example is when my sister passed away almost 12 years ago, I did a lot of pigeon, and I would just collapse into it and cry and cry and cry. There's something of a physical, mental, and emotional release when we do that brings us to a blissful state. So honor whatever comes up. Be true to yourself. Walk through it. There's a gift on the other side. We are made of loving energy, but we have this experience called life. We're a spiritual being having a human experience. So honor every little bit of it so that you can work on a higher frequency of energy for your highest good and to be helpful to yourself and others. On the next inhale, tuck the chin into the chest, coming up one vertebrae at a time.
And from here, we are going to take a quick little transition through child's pose. Opening up the hips. Extending the arms out or behind you. I trust you to honor your child's pose. Just releasing and balancing both sides of the hips and releasing any little bit of tension and tightness, opening the shoulders or opening up the back of the heart.
And just release into the earth beneath you. On the next inhale, walk the hands back or wherever they were. Bring the head, the neck, and the shoulders to an upright position. Moving into your left side. So if you did pigeon on the right, do pigeon on the left. If you did swan on the right, do swan on the left. So take your time moving into the posture that you know is going to serve you. The more mindful we are with the movement and with the breath, we can take that mindful movement off the mat and into our day. So tucking the chin into the chest and coming forward. So whatever happens after our time together with the practice, keep to mind what you experience in a joyful, peaceful way on the mat. You have the choice to pause later in the day if something irritates you, triggers you, or sets you back, and go back to that memory, because our cells in our body do have a memory, and we're also reprogramming them right now by using that positive intention that you want to embody and rewiring the energy flow from head to toe. And we do have a choice. We have a choice before we speak or before we react. So bring yourself back to this practice if something triggers you later. And I say that from experience. I'm just a work in progress myself. The more I remember to pause, restraint of tongue, and not to react, and the more I remember to treat others and situations the way I want to be treated, I end my day more peaceful, less stressed, lighter. And yes, even in circumstances that maybe I know I'm right, dealing with a situation or a person that there's no bending on their side, but I choose to stay in a peaceful place. So give yourself the grace, using the breath to go deep within, so you can carry it off the mat in all experiences later today. On the next inhale, tuck the chin into the chest, coming up, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. And we're going to extend both legs out in front of us. Make any micro movements that feel appropriate, yummy, and delicious for you before we go into our next pose, which will be caterpillar. And in your caterpillar pose, if you desire to put a pillow under your chest, maybe you want something under your knees, just notice what will serve you so that you can go deep into the stretch. And when you're ready, beginning with a straight spine, the feet are relaxed. Again, Yin Yoga, gravity is pulling us.
And when you're ready, tucking the chin into the chest and coming forward. Folding from the waist and the hips. And as the chin is tucked into the chest, releasing into the posture. And closing the eyes and relaxing into the pose. On the next inhale, roll up one vertebrae at a time, coming to a straight spine. We're going to lay down and gently hug the knees into the chest. Maybe a little rock from side to side. And when you're ready, drop the knees over towards the right. Taking this twist. Relax into the pose. On the next inhale, bring the knees to center. Hug the knees, maybe a little rock from side to side. And when you're ready, a gentle twist over towards the right. Just noticing, where's your mind? What's the mind attaching to the thoughts? Do you need to come back to your intention? Or have you been floating the whole time attached to it? Just notice, no judgment. Just becoming aware. On the next inhale, bring the knees to center again. A little rock, massaging the lower back. As we go into our final pose, and in the final pose, my suggestion is reclined butterfly pose. And with the reclined butterfly pose, maybe taking a pillow, a prop of some sort underneath the knees and the legs. Maybe that's not what you want to do, and you would rather go into Shavasana. So taking any props, anything that will bring comfort to you. Taking your time to settle into it. And if you're in reclined butterfly pose, maybe resting your hands on your belly, or one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. And if you have extra time and you desire to stay in this pose as long as your spirit wants to, mute the video or shut down the device, whatever. And if you're staying with me, completely release, to relax, to let go. becoming aware of your body by taking a deep inhale. And as you exhale, if the knees were open in butterfly pose, just gently bring them together. And wherever you were, hug the knees into the chest. Maybe a little rock back and forth. I'm not sure if you heard the siren during your relaxation time. And there's so many ways to think of that. And leave me a comment after, because that's life, isn't it? We're distracted, something interrupts. And how do we respond to it? Maybe you were so relaxed you didn't notice. Maybe it created a little bit of disturbance, irritation. Leave me a comment after. When you're ready, we're going to move our way to an upright seated position. And what does that look like for you? Maybe rolling over to one side and pushing up. Maybe it's rolling up and down on the spine. Whatever works for you. Take your time. And once you work your way up, coming to an upright seated position, to close the practice together, let's bring our hands into prayer pose in front of the heart, pressing our thumbs into our heart center. Honor yourself for taking the time to practice today. And revisit that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. And with a big smile on your face, bring your hands above the crown chakra, trusting divine guidance in all situations. And bring the hands in front of the third eye, the seat of intuition, listening to that little voice, that divine direction, that divine guidance. And then bring the hands in front of the mouth, choosing to say things lovingly and in a peaceful way today and every day. And then the hands in front of the heart. Honoring your heart center, where your spirit, your intuition is. And choosing to give love to yourself and others always. From my heart to yours. Namaste.